Well, hello there guys. We're back in a Titan Quest Let's Play, and we're in Valley of the Kings. If you remember, in the previous two episodes we've been exploring it and checking out all the optional tombs, you know, just treasure hunting and stuff. And now we're going into the Tomb of Ramses, where we're going to be facing the Telkine. And this tomb is pretty much the same as all the others. There's a bunch of rooms that you go in. If you actually just wanna rush through it, you just go straight ahead. Literally just keep going straight line all the time, and then turn it only at the very end. But if you wanna explore, then you check out these side rooms. They're pretty much, it's a pretty easy design actually. You wouldn't really get lost around here. Alright, well, one of the things that was suggested to me for me to talk about in this episode is about this class, the Paladin class, and mostly about the strengths that should be utilized and the weaknesses that should be preferably avoided. Well, the first thing to note is that Paladin class is a hybrid, because it consists of defense and storm masteries. Defense mastery is a fight mastery and storm mastery is a magic mastery. So it's a hybrid class and it will follow a hybrid kind of gameplay, but it's also very, you know, it's a good class to play melee, you know, and to tank, because of the defense mastery. You're going to be able to tank a lot of monsters really well, so you can actually stand toe to toe with majority of the bosses. Like, there are certain techniques you can do, although this class, you know, doesn't have, it's got to give some attention to the magic side of things. Its melee side might lack a little bit, but you can always use the stuff from the magic masteries to your advantage. Like, this is one of the reasons why we got the Squall skill. It's because Squall is a really good debuff, and so you should definitely utilize it to this class. Because in a lot of early game, like especially most of the normal difficulty, you'll be able to kill many of the regular enemies with Squall. And as for the bigger enemies, or when you get to late game, even if it might not kill them, it will greatly soften them up, and you'll be able to charge in with your shield charge or something and finish them off. Another thing that Paladin class is really good at is that it's got a heck of a lot of skills that stun the enemy. It's got, if we look on the Storm Mastery, there's Thunderbolt, Lightning Bolt and Storm Surge. And then in Defense Mastery you also got the Concussive Blow, which is a passive skill and has a % chance to stun the enemy if you're using clubs. So you can use the two masteries in conjunction like that to deal a heck of a lot of stun to the enemies. So in some ways Paladin class is a stun master of the game. There are, however, weaknesses to this class, although they're not really substantial weaknesses, but the main weakness is the fact that it's a hybrid, and so you got to be splitting the attribute points between strength, intelligence and dexterity, all three of those. And because of that, you will not be, your damage output in melee might not be as impressive as, for example, Conquerors or Wardens, but it can still be quite impressive if you, even though your damage output will not be as great, you'll be able to use other stuff like I said, the Squall debuff to weaken the enemies, or the stun skills that you got at your disposal. Another problem that could arise with this class is the fact that it doesn't really have anything that gives offensive ability, so your offensive ability might end up being quite low later on, because the Storm Mastery is a magic mastery and it doesn't actually give any sort of bonuses to the offensive ability, and defense doesn't really have anything of that sort either. This is actually the same problem that I faced with the Juggernaut class, and I think the Guardian class might actually have this problem as well. So you basically have to give offensive ability some attention. Otherwise, if it's too low, despite your damage output, you'll not be able to deal that much damage to enemies, because they'll either be completely avoiding your attacks due to low offensive ability, or your damage that you deal will actually be reduced. So yeah, that's pretty much Paladin in a nutshell. So these are the kind of strengths and weaknesses this class has. We're now in a big room. If you notice, there's been quite a lot of enemies, and I've been trying to not aggro too many of them at once. Now we're entering the side room, and there's a bit of a bug that I've encountered here. Just wait and see. And now. There. I was really confused because I had no idea what the heck has happened there. It seemed like it somehow tried to transfer me to another tomb. It's really weird. See, I couldn't, I was completely stuck. So basically I just had to restart the game and just go back to this place. So we're now in that big room again. I decided to just actually rush forward a bit because otherwise it would take too long. But yeah, that bug is really weird. I've never encountered something like that before. I mean, this game does have a few bugs here and there, but I've never really had something like that happen where I was somehow transferred to another tomb halfway and just stuck somewhere in between the dimensions. Really weird. Alright, so not too long left till the Telkine. And as I said, if you notice, we're utilizing the squall and it's actually managing to kill off these zombies really easily. We've got quite enough points in it. If you max it earlier on, you'll be able to kill most of the enemies with ease. And then you also got all these other great skills like Bata and Shield Charge. And of course the passive shield skills, once you've maxed them, they make your regular attack stronger because it means they have a chance to proc. And when they proc, then they deal a lot more damage. And we should actually get to Pulverize very soon, because Pulverize is the strongest of them all, and it actually hits 3 enemies at the same time in front of you. And once you've maxed all the shield passives, you'll have something like around 50% chance to for at least one of them to happen. So that means your every second hit will be a shield proc. Right, so what's this? A staff. We don't really need a staff, but as you already know me, I pick up green stuff, green items, so that I can sell them later, because green items sell for a decent price. Actually, at this stage you probably don't need to buy that much stuff from the merchants, because you would have already start finding good stuff. The only good things that the merchant might have, they might have once in a while something really amazing, but that stuff is usually overpriced. And once you've bought something like that, if you manage to afford it, you have to be hoarding money again for ages. And a lot of the time you can find stuff like that just dropping from a regular monster or from a sarcophagus for free. So really finding stuff is better in this game than buying stuff. Okay, well, this is the last room before the Telkine. Let's just deal with these guys really quickly, and then to go and face the big guy. Quickly check the bone pile. There's nothing there. Alright, so this is a door. Check around your stuff. It's a good idea to actually have a fire resistance. You don't need it so much on the normal difficulty, but on epic and legendary you might want to have it, because fire is pretty much the main element that this Telkine deals in. But this Telkine is actually quite easy otherwise. It's easier than the first Telkine, that's for sure. There he is. And he'll have a number of attacks. That's one of them, which causes skill disruption. This is another where he creates copies of himself. And well, there we go, he's created, that's another one of his specials. That's perhaps his most dangerous attack, this one, where the sunbeams are coming from the sky. And it deals colossal amount of fire damage. It's not so bad actually on normal difficulty, but on epic and legendary it can actually kill you if your fire resistance is low. That's why it's good to have fire resistance, because you can't actually predict so well where these beams will appear. Although if you do see, once you've seen the beam actually descend upon you, you should quickly get out of its way. But otherwise, like 80% of the time, this Telkine just keep shooting fireballs like that at you, and these fireballs are pretty weak. You can easily dodge them as well, like you see me doing. And even when I don't dodge them, I'm tanking quite a lot of them at a time. So yeah, he's the easiest of the Telkines, I think. Aktaios is his name. And yeah, when he does the duplicates, you just attack all of them, and the fake ones will obviously die within a couple of hits, whilst the real one will keep receiving damage. Alright, so we've killed him, and he didn't drop that much stuff. Pick up the cuneiform tablet, because it's a quest item here. You give it to Imhotep, and we're trying to free some space to be able to pick up some other crap so I can sell it. Yeah, that ring is a bit useless. Okay, now I've got some space to pick up this hatchet, which I can sell. Now pick up all the gold and come back, portal back to Thebes. That's where you gotta go now, because that's where Imhotep will be. Alright, so let's go sell our shit. I don't know why it went all jerky there. Alright, so we're selling these items, these green items. Got quite a fair bit of money now, but yeah, not much. We actually got quite good gear right now. Alright, so no side quests need to be done. We've done all the side quests, and the main quest now says we've got to speak to Imhotep. So here he is. He's by this gate.
You defeated the Telkine? Excellent.
Well, ain't he chuffed?
Yet. You must get to Babylon. Even now, another.
Alright.
There, the gates are open. Go.
So we've gotten Scepter of Eternity, which we'll use in Temple of Chipset, and he is also given us 2 skill points, which we can now use. So make sure you do. And we're gonna just put both of them in a defense tree. 4 more skill points, and then we'll be able to get to the top tier. Alright, so now you proceed through this gate. It will take you to the Temple of Hatshepsut. And there's a rebirth found right here. And before I stop, I actually just want to explore a little bit around here. But there's a part just around here, since there's still a bit of time for this episode. And look at that! Look what dropped! The Thutmose Buckler. There it is. One of the epics. It's pretty nice. Gives pierce resistance, nice strength and dexterity bonus, and it's got better protection and deals more damage. It's actually, if you notice, it does better in every regard. The only thing is, we're going to be losing out on, if we unequip Aegis of Laconia, is all those, you know, the bonus to the defense skills, because it gives +1 to all defense skills. That's the only thing we're going to be losing out on. But we do have to make that exchange sometime in the future. So whenever you do make that exchange, you're going to lose out. So might as well do it now, because this shield we found right now is actually pretty good. And as I always say, when in doubt, just equip the new item and see how it fares. Whether you're actually killing enemies faster or not, or whether you're getting more protection than you should be. And it seems to be pretty decent, so yeah, we're going to be using this shield for now, which is going to clear out some of these last few enemies in this area. It's a bunch of jackalmen and hyenas. Alright, so this part is clear, and before we go ahead, we're going to stop around here, and we'll continue in the next episode. In the next episode, we're going to get to the Temple of Hatshepsut. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.